Landing mechanics don't matter, but landing does. So landing mechanics aren't something that should be stressed or something that should be emphasized via training. I've talked about this in the past and many others have made this point in the past, but look at all the different ways that I land after dunking the basketball. Some are on 1 foot, some on 2. There's examples of one leg way out in front of my center of mass, different degrees of knee bend, different speeds, different degrees of my center of mass rotating. These are just things that can't be trained because attempting to perfect landing mechanics by dropping off of a box and quote sticking the landing ignores all of the other variables that occur when landing in sports. And other factors that influence the way we land in sports include trying not to commit a foul, trying to avoid an opponent, trying to stay in bounds, getting pushed and pulled on by an opponent, and you just can't train for any of that. But I also acknowledge that the positions that we land in do have an effect on how forces are distributed throughout the body. Some landing positions can better withstand forces that will be experienced, but oftentimes when you're playing sports, it's impossible to land in a manner that would be deemed safe by the biomechanics police. So landing technique probably doesn't matter, but that doesn't mean that the landing itself doesn't matter. You should include landing in your training. And a lot of the landing in your training will just come from your jump training, because every time you jump, you also land. But you can intentionally land in ways that may look unsafe as part of your jump training. This is a good idea. Land from different heights with different angles and different foot positions. Appropriately change the landing variables that challenge different systems of the body. And even if it looks dangerous, don't worry about getting injured doing this stuff. It's highly unlikely. And just as a side note here, I think the mechanics of landing matter much more regarding injury when our joints are at or near end ranges. But you still shouldn't avoid these positions because you're gonna get exposed to them in competition anyways. As long as everything is dosed appropriately, it's going to be beneficial. So that's my opinion on landing and landing mechanics. Thanks for watching the video and I'll see you next time.